From the Chapter 8 review sheet, we're going to take a look at problems 7b and c. So 7b is this problem on the screen, 25x squared minus 16. And problem c is 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. So we need to go through and factor both of them. So when we look at the 25x squared minus 16, if we want to set up the traditional way of going through and doing our generic rectangle, I have my 25x squared and my negative 16 is here. Notice that this right here has a 0x. So when we think about making our diamond problem in our generic rectangle, the bottom of my diamond problem is going to be 0x. Multiplying these two together, going up top, I get a negative 400x squared. That lets me know that they multiply to be a negative, they add to be 0, which means they have to be the same number, one positive, one negative. That's going to be a 20x and a negative 20x. So I put those here. And then when I take a look at my greatest common factor from those two, that's going to be a 5x. That means down here also has to be a 5x. Over here is going to end up being a 4. And over here will be a negative 4. So 25x squared minus 16, that factors into 5x plus 4 times 5x minus 4. Now, when I first started this one, I said that looking at it, we could factor it the traditional way. The reason why I did state that is because when we look at this problem, one of our shortcuts was that if there's only two terms, the first term, your x squared term, and your constant term, and when we have those, if both of them are perfect squares, so 25x squared is a 5x times 5x, 16 is a 4 times a 4, and we also have a negative, that is a difference of squares. So if you remember the shortcut of difference of squares, that would have brought us right into our answer of 5x plus 4 times 5x minus 4. Looking at the second problem, there is no shortcut for this one, so I'm going to go through and just set up my generic rectangle for this trinomial. 2x squared and a positive 3. Setting up my diamond problem, the bottom of my diamond problem is my middle term. Again, multiplying to give me the top gives me 6x squared. Now, the signs of this one are very important. The top is positive, the bottom is negative. That means that both the sides have to be negative. That's going to be a negative 2x and a negative 3x. Again, that's very important because if the top was negative as well, these sides would change to different numbers. So now I stick that negative 2x and negative 3x in here. Looking at my greatest common factor, I can take an x out. X times down there would have to be a 2x. 2x times that one is going to give me a negative 2x. So it has to be a negative 1. And right here, it has to be a negative 3. So 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 is going to equal x minus 1 times 2x minus 3. Hope that helps.